Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be describing and telling you guys my favorite NFL draft prospect to team fit. And as you guys may know, if you guys have been watching me through the process, I've countlessly amount of times that I've said Zay Flowers is like a Seattle Seahawk to me. I totally believe it. We could look at the guys that they have on roster. Obviously, it's DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and D. Eskridge. D. Eskridge, who knows what sort of role he'll play. He's a good number 4. We don't know quite what he is yet. Tyler Lockett, he's aging. He's, 30 years old now. So, I mean, a lot to look at to replace him with a Zay Flowers type player. 5'9", 182, not exactly what you're looking for. Has a lot of athleticism. I like the way he plays. I like just virtually a lot about him. And I think that he could be a solid player, especially for the Seattle Seahawks team with Geno Smith, perhaps throwing it to him. If it's not going to be like Hendon Hooker or anything like that, then I think he'll be fine. And the next fit I have is Bryce Young, quarterback from Alabama, and Jackson Smith and Jigba to this Houston Texans team. Obviously, if Bryce Young were to take over where Davis Mills is, obviously Dameon Pierce is great. You signed Devin Singletary. You have Dalton Schultz there. Receiving core, okay, it's a little bit of a slouchy receiving core. You brought in Robert Woods, Noah Brown, Nico Collins. Who knows what sort of role he'll play? I heard John Mechie's already getting involved and already talking about what he's going to be doing tail end of this offseason. So I know that there's a lot of upside with Mechie and Collins, and if you get a strictly inside player like Jackson Smith and Jigba, who will be a solid player at the next level, I think everybody knows that at this point, you're looking pretty good if I had to guess. This Texans team needs it. Sure, you can go interior. You can draft a center later in the draft, perhaps in the second round, because of course you have those 2 first-round picks. So if Smith and Jigba falls to you at 12 and Bryce Young's available at 2, you're looking really good. Sure, there's a bunch of other positional needs. I guess you could. I mean, obviously, interior and defensive line in general. Christian Kirksey, how long is he gonna be there with Denzel Perryman and Christian Harris there? Not too fond of Garrett Waller or Corey Littleton, but I do like Blake Cashman a little bit. And then the cornerback room's pretty good, but could use a little upgrade. Desmond King sticking around, but Steven Nelson, who knows how long. Obviously, I think he's on the last year of his deal, and he's probably around 30 years old now. So it is what it is. Move to the next guy right here. It'll be Northwestern's tackle slash guard. Just offensive lineman. Freaking pig. I just realized that I had freaking dirty plates behind me. So it is what it is. It is way too late for me to be recording, but this is just pre-recording, so I don't, have to do whatever. Peter Skronsky. 6'4", 313. This is what really worries coaches and GMs around the league is the 32.25-inch arms. It's just not good. It's just really not. It's so hard to explain how that's valued in the NFL. Like, obviously, if you don't really know much about football, there's so many things that concern teams. With Bryce Young, it's clearly the QB1 in terms of production. He is what we call an outlier because of his size. It's ridiculous. We go back to his draft profile. He's 5'10". It's not even that small. And yes, he weighed in at 204. He'll probably play around 185. But the fact that he is 5'10", and he's not even if he was 6 foot, there'd still be size concerns. But everything's about with Bryce Young and his negatives. Everyone doesn't poke a hole in his game, all right? His game's great. It's the worries and concerns about his size because of durability, but time after time, his talent has showed to be quite good. But Peter Skronsky and the Jets, I really love this fit. You have a few guys either reaching contract extensions or just generally older in the offensive line. Laken Tomlinson, old. Wes Schweitzer, old. Mekhi Becton nearing contract, whatever. Elijah Vera Tucker, really good offensive lineman. Max Mitchell, we don't quite know yet, actually. So it's just a plug in and play wherever you need him. Skoronski could be drafted as a guard, and it would not surprise me at all. Even though some of you guys are like, why would you take Peter Skoronski and anticipate him to be a guard? Because he'd be an all-pro guard or Pro Bowl guard right as he enters the league, and that is exactly what you want on the offensive line. You want a proven guy that is almost a definite hit. I think that's the main thing about a draft. You want to hit. That's what the draft's about. You want to hit. Sure, you can bank on upside, but you want them to at least reach a middle ground between their floor and their ceiling. And I think that with Peter Skoronski, the floor is so high, while the ceiling is still being elevated. If you move him to guard, if you move him, interior, or if you want to kick him outside, go ahead. The sky is the ceiling for Peter Skoronski. I think that truly he will be the best offensive lineman when all said and done in this class. Paris Johnson might be the best true tackle when all said and done. But if Peter Skoronski kicks inside and becomes one of the better ones in the league, better guards, or just flexible offensive linemen, I think that he could be one of the better ones in the league. I'll put it that way, especially with the New York Jets. Mekhi Becton might free up and say he leaves. You can kick Skoronski to the left tackle or right tackle, move Max Mitchell depending on how he plays. Elijah Vera-Tucker can move left guard, right guard, and I believe center. Wes Schweitzer and Laken Tomlinson, like I said, both older guys, probably won't be there forever. Dwayne Brown's on roster. A lot of different things you can do here if you are the Jets. Moving on to my last my last fit here is Drew Sanders. Simply just because I love the kid. All right, he's 6'4", 235. Incredible player out of Arkansas, former Alabama recruit. Tremaine Edmonds is an NFL comparison. That's in the middle of the field. But look at this right here. Long, explosive, rangy, and versatile. That just begs upside, right? It just keeps you going, right? Look, line up at inside linebacker or as an outside rusher. That's also huge. We look at his wickedly fluid side and swim move as an A, B, or C gap rusher. I don't know why there's these minuses after that. I don't like that. Possesses athletic ability to beat tackles around the edge. He can just stand up off the edge and be a disruptor. You know where I have him? I have him going to the Rams. Remember when Leonard Floyd was there? Yeah, he's not there anymore. You can get a guy like Drew Sanders to fill half the role of Leonard Floyd while filling half the role that Bobby Wagner had last season, who obviously is no longer there. A plug in and play, amazing player. If you can get him at 36, I think that you are beyond excited with the player that you get. I think that he will actually be a top 20 to 15 player in this draft when all said and done. Inside linebacker isn't that valuable, but I think the league will like him because of his versatility, because of his dynamic ability. All right, so someone to keep track of is definitely Drew Sanders. His name was hot in the beginning. I followed him all the way through. Really good player, 6'4", 235, rangy, whatever. You guys can look at it. You guys can go to this, to NFL draft prospect, blah, 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 blah.com. That'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, or I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you guys did, make sure to consider leaving a like and subscribing. Help me tremendously, and I'll see you guys next time.